This video is going to talk you through creating an assignment and adding questions. So from the teacher homepage, you click on Assignments. And then in this window, I choose as a course the generic social studies because I teach history and economics. You can create different folders to keep your assignments in. I don't do that, but it's available to you. And then new assignment name. This is where you enter the name of your assignment. I'm going to call this 11 AP. You can see I've attempted to do this before. And then you click on Create New Assignment. That'll bring you to your options for choosing your question sets. Now, the easiest and most accessible way to get questions for your assignment is just to click on Castle Questions. When you click on Castle Questions, it's going to give you some choices. First of all, you want to make sure that you've selected social studies so that you can get social studies questions. Some people have trouble because it comes up on other subjects and then they can't find the questions they're looking for. Question type in Castle Learning, I very often click on multiple choice. You can also click on constructed response or fill-ins if you like, but I use Castle Learning primarily for multiple choice, so that's usually what I click on. Then you can filter by standard if you want. I don't usually do that. I usually do it by subject, which is actually in topics here. You can also sort by levels, so how difficult you want the questions to be. And I also like to click on additional criteria, and I'll explain why in just a few minutes. So once you decide those ways that you want to filter the topics, then you click Start. And it will prompt you for the levels, and then it will prompt you for the topics, and then it will prompt you for the additional criteria. So this screen here is asking me levels. So for my high-level AP kids, I would choose these top 3. I like to pick a range. If you select only one, you might be limited in how many questions you are given. So I like to choose a few. Then I click Next, and then this is my topic. So in topics, you can use US history, world history, economics, whatever. In US history, you can also expand and say, okay, maybe I want progressive era. Now you can expand the progressive era, and maybe I only want the progressives. I don't want imperialism, and I don't want World War I. So in the progressive era, I have only those questions that I'm looking for. And then I click Next. And it will give me that last additional criteria that I mentioned up here that I'd like to select. And the reason why I like to select that is because now we're in a lot of stimulus-based questions that we're looking for. And you can find in attributes that usually for tags, sometimes I pick certain tags that I want to do. A lot of times I'll take all of the tabs or all of the tags in order to get the most questions for the assignment. The reason why I like attributes is that you can pick whether you want these questions to only have cartoons as a stimulus. You can also pick if you want them to have a graph, a quotation. That might be another stimulus. Then any question that Castle Learning finds has to have one of these attributes. A map might also be nice. Artwork might also be nice. Or you can limit the number of attributes. Sometimes I also like tables, especially if I'm picking economics questions. Now, if you choose this button here, Save Questions and Update Count, then it will give you all of those questions which it finds into your assignment. If you want to hand select each of the questions that you like, then you choose this second choice, Save Choices and Show Me Questions. So it saves all of your attributes that you've picked up here, and then it will show you the questions that it finds meeting the criteria that you've chosen. So in this particular criteria with progressives in US history, and I've chosen all of those attributes that it has to have some kind of stimulus-based, either a picture or a cartoon or a reading source, a quotation. Those are the only things that, those kinds of questions that will pop up. I chose maps also. Now you can see that it's coming up with a lot of stimulus questions. It found 39 questions with those kinds of stimuli on the progressives. If I want, I can choose a random number of questions to add to my assignment. It defaults with 20, I think, unless you pick another number. These are ways of sorting that if you want. Or you can go in and choose individual questions. So if we look at this first one here, actually that one doesn't fit on my screen, so I'm going to scroll down here. Okay, so the letter from Upton Sinclair to President Teddy Roosevelt. You'll see that this little checkbox means that I've selected the question. And then you'll see that it's been added to my assignment by this box over here that sort of floats around as you scroll through the available questions. Each question has an ID number. This is your answer. This is the level of the questions. And then you can also click properties. The properties will tell you a little bit about this particular question, its type, its attributes, its tags, vocabulary that's associated with it. Castle Learning also has hints and reasons for individual questions, and I'll show you how that can work also. So that's basically how you can add questions to an assignment. So I like this Upton Sinclair one. Same quote, so I'm not going to pick that question. I like this one, so I'll pick this question. That's another cartoon. I like that one. William Jennings Bryan, and I like the map. And we'll see I have 5 questions added to my assignment. Click done, and the assignment creates. And then we're in the assignment editing window, and I will show that in the next video. Thank you.